While everybody talks about this year's Big Five quarterbacks along with Kyle Trask and Kellen Mond, Davis Mills is going under the radar and could be the 6th quarterback taken in this year's draft. But who is Davis Mills? In the Who Is series, we go through the backstories of up-and-coming collegiate and pro athletes. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps the video in the YouTube algorithm. If there's a player you want to see in future episodes, make sure to leave it in the comment section below. Davis Mills was born in Atlanta, Georgia, and grew up in Duluth, Georgia. Mills has been playing quarterback since he was 6 years old. He first started playing running back when he started football, but after 2 practices, he switched over to quarterback and never looked back. Growing up, Mills played tennis, soccer, travel baseball, and AAU basketball. Mills told Gwinnett Prep Sports, "It's just fun to go out and compete in different sports." From a young age, Mills showed the potential of becoming a future star and was put on the national radar when he played in the East Bay All-American game as a 7th grader. His Pop Warner team Peachtree Ridge played in the Gwinnett Football League, where they would win 5 county titles and finish with 4 undefeated seasons. As an 8th grader, Mills helped lead his team to the national championship game. Davis Mills attended the Greater Atlanta Christian School. As a sophomore, Mills threw for 2,267 yards and 26 touchdowns, leading the Spartans to a 14-1 record, finishing as the state runner-up. As a junior, Mills threw for 2,821 yards, a school record, and 25 touchdowns, while also rushing for 541 yards and 14 more touchdowns on the ground. He helped lead the Spartans to a 12-2 record. Before his senior year, Mills attended the Elite 11, where he was voted the most likely to be a future #1 overall pick. When asked about trying to boost his recruiting ranks, Mills told Gwinnett Prep Sports, "I wanted to go out there to compete and just do what I can do, show the coaches what I have to offer. I feel like in the end, I'm one of the top guys in the country, but I'm not going out and talking down other players. I'm going out there, having fun, meeting other kids, and playing football. The ranks come after that. I'm not making any of those decisions." Going into Mills' senior season, there were a lot of new faces on the roster, but still a lot of talent. He told Gwinnett Prep Sports, "I'm excited, we have a lot of talent. The line's going to be really solid. We'll spread the ball around a lot. It should be fun. We got one guy coming back at wide receiver and another guy who played a lot. It will be fun to see who steps up and who will be the go-to guy this season." In August, Mills would injure his knee and was expected to miss 3 months. He was able to return within a month. He led his team to the state title game again, where he took another blow to his knee in the championship loss. He finished his senior season throwing for 2,732 yards and a school record 34 touchdowns. Mills finished his high school career throwing for 6,290 yards and 66 touchdowns. He was named to the All-State team 3 times and Touchdown Club Gwinnett Quarterback of the Year twice. He was also named to play in the U.S. All-American game, but decided not to play due to his senior year knee injuries. According to 24/7 Sports Composite, coming out of high school, Davis Mills was a 5-star recruit who was the #1 pro-style quarterback, #1 player in Georgia, and 15th best player in the class of 2017. Mills was never distracted by the national attention, with his high school coach, Tim Hardy, telling Gwinnett Prep Sports he's never been enamored with the whole recruiting process. He was very respectful of it, and respectful of the college coaches. He's just been working, developing, and improving. He's improved a ton every year, physically and mentally. Mills was the best quarterback and most recruited quarterback in his county's history. Mills received over 30 different Division I offers from the likes of Alabama, Georgia, Stanford, USC, and Wisconsin. Although he grew up a Michigan State fan due to his father attending the school, Mills' final 5 schools were Stanford, UCLA, Michigan, Duke, and Miami. He decided to commit to Stanford on March 15, 2016 before his senior year. He explained his college decision saying, "It was a combination of both academics and football. Stanford was top 5 in the nation in both last year. It's a place to set me up for the rest of my life if football doesn't work out. It's more of a 40-year decision than a 4-year plan." Unfortunately, Stanford does not allow early enrollees, and as a result, Mills needed to wait until the summer to start his college football career. During his freshman year, Mills would not see any playing time as he was hampered by injuries his freshman and sophomore year. He knew he was going to redshirt as a freshman because that was the Stanford way. During his sophomore year, he would make his collegiate debut against UC Davis, going 0-2 with his throws and rushing for 5 yards. It was the only game he appeared in during the 2018 season. Going into the 2019 college football season, Mills was finally able to participate in a full spring workouts for the first time. Mills would take over the starting quarterback position after KJ Costello went down with an injury. He made his first career start against USC, throwing for 237 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception in a 45-20 loss. Costello would be cleared to play against UCF, and Mills took a backseat role. Costello once again got hurt the following week against Oregon, and Mills would make his second start against Oregon State. In a 31-28 win over the Beavers, Mills would throw for 245 yards and 3 touchdowns, completing 72% of his passes, and also had 1 reception for 8 yards and a touchdown. In a 23-13 win over 15th ranked Washington, Mills would throw for 293 yards and 1 touchdown, while also rushing for 26 yards. Mills would also suffer an injury against Washington, causing him to miss the UCLA game. Costello returned once again in a win over Arizona, but got hurt once again against Colorado in a 16-13 loss, throwing Mills back into the starting position against Washington State. In a 49-22 loss to the Cougars, Mills threw for 504 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. He followed that performance up throwing for 290 yards, a touchdown, and an interception, completing 74.3% of his passes, and then threw for 276 yards and 2 touchdowns against Notre Dame in a 45-24 season finale loss. Mills finished the 2019 season throwing for 1,960 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions, while Stanford finished going 4-8. As a starter, Mills finished the season going 2-4. During the offseason, KJ Costello would transfer to Mississippi State, and Mills went into the season as the clear-cut starter. Had Costello stayed at Stanford, Mills believes there would have been an open quarterback battle, and Mills was confident he would have won according to 24/7 Sports. Mills and the senior class, which was the 12th ranked recruiting class in 2017, were confident in what they could do in the 2020 season. Mills told 24/7 Sports back in early March, "We've built a lot of chemistry and have relationships that spread across the team. We know there's only so much the coaches can do. The rest of the performance and everything else relies on us." Mills was also named the captain of the team. Then the events of 2020 occurred, and the Pac-12 canceled their season before reinstating the season. Mills was preparing for the November 7th season opener against Oregon before he was pulled from the contest 2 hours before kickoff due to a positive COVID test. Mills and his roommate Connor Weddington were forced to miss the game and quarantine as they tested negative throughout the week before the second game of the season, and it was determined Mills had a false positive test, according to The Athletic. Mills would look rusty early against Colorado, but still threw for 327 yards and a touchdown in a 35-32 loss. The Cardinals would finish the season on a 4-game win streak, and Mills had thrown for 428 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions in a 48-47 double overtime win over UCLA in the season finale. Mills finished the season throwing for 1,508 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions, while completing 66.2% of his passes in 5 games. Going into the 2021 NFL Draft, the biggest knock on Mills is his injury history and the fact he has only made 11 starts in his college career. Stanford head coach Shaw believes that had Mills played 12 games this season, he would have been a first-round pick, telling The Athletic, "I think 6 more games of top film, he's in the top 5, and maybe in the top 3 of the quarterbacks in this year's draft." Mel Kiper Jr. projects that Mills will go in the 2nd round, mock drafting him to the Washington football team last week at the 51st overall pick, which would make him the 6th quarterback taken in the 2021 NFL Draft. Davis Mills should be an interesting name to watch this week and over the next few years. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my other videos in the Who Is series. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, remember to embrace the grind.